All right, hello everybody. How y'all doing? I'm DC. You can find me all over the internet. DC Lasair. Why is my audio almost peaking out constantly? Stop that. There. That's better. All right. Anyway, you can find me all over the internet. Smashmark DC. Do the things. Go to my website. Follow me on Blue Sky. That'd be fantastic. And that's up a little too loud. So, how y'all doing? It's Tech Friday. Yay! We'll get to the show proper in just a moment. But thank you all for being here. I missed you all. But now we're back. Now I'm back with you. So us and we together. Yay. Who said hi? Brian, hello. Rex, hi. JD Lady, hi. Welcome on in. We back and welcome back. Yeah. Is there a filter on this? Sorry, yeah, I'm looking at my mic levels and no? Just seems very hot for some reason. All right, there we go. We'll try that. Springleaf, hello, welcome on in. All right, let's set a few things up. Tony, hi. You got tagged, you're scared. Let's see. Appearance. Sorry, I'm trying to remember what I was looking for. Oh yeah, that thing. Okay. And let me make sure that looks okay. Be fine if I do this. Oh, I gotta get another link a second. So, talk amongst yourselves. Do 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 do. We are such a good chat because we haven't caused mayhem while DC isn't looking. Shenanigans have a rate. There we go. All right. Got that set. Looking good. Making sure streaming everywhere I need to be streaming. When pro athletes start only doing it for the love of the game, so shall I. Got a blog post doing an hour. Oh no. All right. I think we're all set. Oh, right. Music. Let's turn that off. Give it a pause. There we go. All right. And maybe I'll switch hats back. There we go. Make sure everything's going. Yes. Yay. All right. So I hope you're all doing well. Hope all your weeks went well. Gen Con was a lot of fun. Got to see people, say hello. Got pictures to print off and put into a notebook. Yay. All right, and how do I want to... Gen Con was pretty tiring, yeah. Let's see here. If I just move this window over to here... And begin. Okay, let me check this 1 second. Yeah, that'll work good. Okay. Oop. So, let's get going then. Welcome on back, everyone. It's your favorite part of the week. It's time for Tech Friday. Yay! Big flashy intro here. People dancing in the background. Disco balls. Maybe other types of balls. And then back to me. Yay! Welcome on in. So today, we have an OBS audio capturing plugin that you probably want to be using. Obsidian had an update while I was away at Gen Con. Rude. Gonna take a look at some headphones. Xerox in 2026. And we'll have a look at LoreLink, which is a TTRPG campaign management tool. Yay. All right, first up. This has probably been around a while, but I just heard of it recently. It's called Wind Capture Audio, and you won't find this version of it in the OBS community plugin, so you'll want to go to the link I'm posting. go to that one. That is an updated fork of the project you'll find on the OBS community forums, and that's why I have installed. So go there. I'll also put that link in the YouTube description when I edit this down later. And I've talked about audio routing before and using Wavelink and other things like that. Right now, current recommendation is Wavelink. However, this will do audio routing without having to use anything else. It's pretty neat. Let me show you. So, in your sources menu in OBS, once I get to the window here. So in your sources menu in OBS, you click on the plus thing, you get this brand new menu, right? That just came up. And, Obsidian's behind it, so just ignore that. And you want to go to audio. Once you have that installed, you want to go to audio output capture. Add a new audio output capture, right? And then it's asking, what do I want? Because this window pops up. So device. See here. If I have this right. Say okay. Wait a second. Was it? Oh, I think I hit the wrong one. One moment. You want... Yeah, okay. The wrong menu item. So, let's back it up a minute. Start again. So, when you hit plus in sources, once you've installed that, you want application audio output capture, this one, not this one. This is important. So you want the one up top here. Oh, shoot. One moment. I forgot to add in the zoomy bit thing. That's Logi, yes. Load. Do the load thing. Oh, it of course it has to update. One moment. I didn't activate I have to activate the mouse software to make the zoomy thing do the zoomy thing by pressing a mouse button. And so it's like, oh, we have to update, because of course you do. You can't just start up and go. You have to update. I'd like it if you just went, and then if there was an update, I could apply it later. That'd be great. Yeah. While I wait for my mouse to return. Way Too Late TV. Hello, welcome on in. All right, did it even start up? That's the other question. Apparently, no. Apparently, it went through all that and decided, you know what? There we go. All right. So let's try this again. Okay, so in OBS, when you're looking for sources and you've installed that plugin, that I put in, I'm trying to make the window bigger. Boop, boop, boop. You'll want application audio output capture. this one with this symbol next to it. Don't want this one. You want application audio output capture, not audio output capture, for this to work. So you click that, and then when you add audio application, you get this window. And what you do is you can mess with all this, but now you're adding the executables. So it does have to be on, but you can add whatever you want to this thing. So we'll say I want a VLC one, so I say okay. And so you just add your programs here. Can I delete this? Capture audio session from a selection of executables. Oh, it doesn't have to be playing. Maybe it has to be playing audio at the time too, just to be. Let's make sure that's going. Oh, down here, add executable. Huh. So you can add your executables from whatever you have highlighted. It'll just keep going through. But I want VLC. So I click add executable. I don't need this. Don't need that. So now I have VLC. Now I can add. I'm going to turn that all the way down. Sorry about that. So what you noticed happening was that it instantly added an audio channel based on here. So I just select what I have running, what I want audio, and then add the executable down here. And once it's added, all those audio programs are now on one audio channel in OBS. Does each capture create its own source, or do you add them all into tracks from one place? Each time you do the application audio output capture, and then you just rename it whatever you want. So if I wanted, video games to be one thing, I would just relabel it video games, and then I could move that audio bit onto my Stream Deck and control it via my Stream Deck. But it is a way to have all your audio set up and routed into one particular audio channel, all in OBS, without having to download anything else, just that. So if you don't want to use Wavelink, it's another way to do it, and it keeps everything inside OBS. So it's a great program. So really the choice would be between using this plugin or using Wavelink if you want to control multiple audio sources in one channel and have your audio routed into one channel without really having to do anything. Just make sure you choose what you want, add the executable, and it'll go up in the list. Now the drawback here is that when you apply a filter, you can only filter that audio channel. So whatever filter you apply will apply to all the things in that audio channel. Unlike Wavelink, where you can kind of customize each individual thing inside an audio channel. So if that's not an issue for you, by all means, check this out. It's easy to use. And it's a great tool. So yeah, check that out. Use that. All right. Next up, while I was at Gen Con, Obsidian decided to post an update, so I had to wait till I got back to take a look at it. Rude. How dare they not consider my schedule? But here is the update, and we'll be taking a look at a couple things in it. There have been some other updates since this update, but those have just been kind of bug fixes and things. The main stuff is in this one right here. And let's get into, let's see here. So now, when you have the Obsidian settings window open, it's its own window. This is a separate window. I can move it off screen. I can move it wherever I want. If I tab away from it, this still exists. It doesn't automatically disappear. So that's a great feature. I can just leave up the settings window if I want. I can minimize it, go to writing. If I want to get back to settings, I could Alt-Tab back to the settings window without having to go down to the corner, hitting the mouse button again. Whatever. And also, they added this search box. So now if I wanted to search for, let's see here, what's a plugin? So if I want, style settings, there we go. Community plugin, style settings came right up. So that's one of the handy new things they added. And then, I gotta get graphic. They added an image editing feature, which is pretty fantastic. And you could do this before, but it wasn't as easy as what I'm about to show you. As soon as I get an image, grab my logo. All right, so I'll just put it down here. So now, hey, there's my logo, right? And let's create a little space here. But what's new is this little menu up here, zoom in, and I can edit the block if I want to. So if I need to zoom in, ta-da, it full screens it for me. Can escape out. And these little handles, or this specific handle appears, and you can just resize it right in the thing. Before, and I'll show you the code, you would have to type in this pipe character after the image, and then put here the size you wanted. So that's at 500, and increase it. Now it's at 700. And so very handy, very useful. Ooh, small, large. I can do this all day. Yay. All right, let's just get rid of that. Doop. All right. Insert Grover near, far, here, right? So yeah, they just made it easier to manipulate images as a base feature. Steven, hello, welcome on in. Good to see you. All right, next up, Springleaf. Put my attention to this YouTube video. You can watch it after this stream. Don't go watching it now. But it talks about these headphones that look cool by Milwaukee Tools. I know a tool company making earbuds. They are over 200, but they have a neat charging case. And here is just one place you can get them. You can find them at Home Depot, whatever. This is just one of the links that came up. So if you want to take a look at them, there you go. Charging case look good. They're for job sites, but they're USB Bluetooth, they're noise canceling, they're earbuds. Seems like there's a lot to like here. So yeah. Let's take a look. So here you go. Here's the branded. They spell Milwaukee, of course. Then you get this stuff. You get a case. You get this USB 3 battery, which you can attach to charge to the case. And there's a graphic that I'm sure means something. Case has a 70-hour charge, and then one charge equals up to 10 hours on the earbuds. So, yeah. And oh, this site only wants 180 for them. So, you know, things. All right, I thought those looked kind of cool. If you want, just type in Milwaukee Red Lithium USB Bluetooth job site earbuds or some combination there of those words, and you can probably find other reviews of them. All right, next up, we're going to talk about something that we may not do a lot of, and that's Xerox stuff. Kind of, sort of, except we're using a website. So this site called Xerox Hell, and if you're of an age and you've played with a Xerox machine, you've done this before, where you take an image and not only does it make it look like a Xerox copy, but it does the thing where if you take that Xerox copy and then Xerox it, and then you get a worse looking image, and you can play with this and do that. It's on itch. It's right there. And let me grab another image. Let's see here. Do I have any of my picks available? 429 too many. Yes, I often get the too many requests thing. So let's just grab a different one of my logos or a different image. No, that doesn't. Great. That's not gonna work, right? Da, 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 da. Where did I put? You know, I try to organize things and go, oh yeah, I'll always be able to find this image because it's in this folder. Uh-huh. Ask me how that's working for me right now. Let's see. What is this? I do these to make things easy to find, but you know. You know what? I have a image of Silgar. So we're just going to take that. Silgar is the Xanathar's goldfish. And it was a color image, but it instantly Xeroxes it. Boop. And you can play with the sliders. Make it look unrecognizable. Then you could save this out, put this image back into it, and have different things. But yeah, so crosshatch, lines vertical, lines horizontal, stitch. This reminded me too much of work when our file was from 1952 and microfiche got scanned in 20 years ago. Yeah, right? So yeah, this is fun and it's free. And just add an image, do it, and you too can have the memories of Xeroxing things. So I I thought that was a lot of fun. Amazing, right? All right. Next up, we're going to take a look at a TTRPG campaign management piece of software. It's a website. It's called LoreLink. And thanks to one Tony Troxel. And if you get a chance to meet Tony Troxel, you should meet Tony. Just do it. We have access to this. Yay. There's the base website. Let me log in and show you all the things here. As soon as I log in with my account. Do like meeting cool people from the internet. Yeah. All right. So once you log in, you get this interface. As you can see, I've made a test campaign right up here. See, goals, this campaign is really great. And you may notice there's a hash mark, a space, and the term goals. Why would I do that? Well, that's because it understands Markdown. Win! So I like this already. And up here, if you don't know Markdown, there's a nice toolbar that gives you all the base Markdown options. You can even insert images. So heading 1, heading 2, factions, and right below what you type in Markdown. Now this is what a Markdown table looks like if you're not using Obsidian and you don't have a neat table thing. It's a bit of a mess. So I suppose one thing I'd like is just a draggable table tool, kind of like Obsidian has, because this gets messy. But as you can see, factions, name, Llama Circus, people for this is in. If you're looking for this is something I do in my campaign thing. So I have a faction name, who's for that faction, and who's against that. So Llama Circus, Alpaca Greats are for them. and zero sum is against them. Yes, that's a nod to zero. I made a list and I added a link to my website just to try it out. And as you can see, these all work just like standard Markdown does, which is absolutely brilliant and one of my favorite things about all this. And so that's the campaign info. You can add custom fields, notes, you can go to timelines, and you can see up here, there's characters, there's sessions, encounters, creatures, events, all your things are here. So if I go to characters, I have Robert Bob Business. I didn't, I didn't add Robert Bob Business's art. And then if you want to go to the character, you do have to click here and then go to. It'd be useful if I could just click this, the name, and have it pop up. But right now, you go to this. This is still being worked on, by the way. I should point that out. But right now, you hit that. You go to that. Here is Robert Bob Business's thing. And again, all Markdown. Can player name, put an image. And again, short description. You can type in Markdown. They have a preview of what that looks like. And then the regular description preview. I might make these like where it says short description. I might make that larger just so I know that these are separate sections a little better. So I'd increase the size of the short description. And then I know, okay, that's the preview of description and just a little more visual element there. And then character stats, I put in this strength 8. So you have a separate thing for stats. Again, Markdown compatible, which I absolutely love and am very excited about. And then in the corner here, you can save, can quick create, and create a new note. Sorry, sneezes. All right. And then you can link lore. So if you have a lore note, you can link it to this character. So that's awesome. I don't have any notes to link up with Robert Bob Business yet, but you can do that. You can also add a template. DC, didn't you make templates for TTRPGs? I did. And so, let's see where I add my session. I have short description. Oh, look, session template list. What's this? What is this? This looks like your session template, DC. In fact, it is. I just copied it out of Obsidian and pasted it into here. And you can see. So every time I have a session, this is my template. Recap, summary, 3 session parts, NPCs, monsters, treasures, secrets. And then you get the preview here. Again, I'd like a little more separation. Maybe even a little more separation between this title and the toolbar. Not much, like a line, nothing big. But yeah, and then you can just type away. Like there's the horizontal line I make to separate sessions. There's the horizontal line in the preview. And then you can type in the date you played it, whether your planning status, if you're sharing it with your players or not. And then you can always add custom fields, which is fantastic. Notes, create template from lore. So you can even You can create templates from lore you include in here. So yeah, I just copied, pasted, everything worked. So yeah. Then I don't think I made any changes. So yeah, so I made a session named 2 based on template session, and it just filled in the template that I gave it previously, and it's all right there. And you can lock and unlock this stuff. I was like, why can't I manipulate this? Well, it might be because stuff is locked. I suppose a behavior would be to have things automatically unlocked when you go to it. Because when I tried to edit, stuff became locked all of a sudden. I can't remember what screen I was on when I did that. But if I can lock it after I'm done looking at, like, okay, these changes are good, lock it in. Timelines is neat. You can create your various timelines. You can make a list. Go to it, and then, can make events, lores, interval session. You can. And so I made one interval from 500 to 600, whatever, called the Circus War. So that's a thing I can add to the timelines. So I like having a timeline feature built in. That's pretty cool. And then everything else is divided up rather nicely. Again, so if I wanted an NPC, create NPC, the sidebar pops up, name, and it does preview, description. Oh, the sidebar here, where the preview has the separation, just to keep this in line, I'd probably make another little, keep this spacing between the description and the toolbar the same as the preview and the box. Again, these are things that can be easily adjusted. Well, I say easily, but these are things that can be adjusted and worked on. And again, it's still being developed. So, and then when you're done, you go down here, you click save, cancel. Another nice thing would be if I didn't want this, if I could click off of it and have the sidebar go away, like click to the left and it goes away. But right now I have to go down and I have to hit cancel for it to go away. But yeah, so that's what's up. Tags took a little getting used to. As you can see, I have one called Lemon Cake. You can make a tag hierarchy. It tags, you name it. There's a parent tag. So I could say frosting. And Hannah, oh my, that was loud. Parent tag lemon cake. I can describe the tag. This is a lot for a tag, right? You can add descriptions to it and stuff. Yes, Hannah, I hear you. So I save that. I've created the tag. And now I hit the down arrow and lemon cake is now with frosting. I can make another tag here. So I got to pay attention to the cat because Hannah, come here. She is she is delivering the call of her people. Hannah, where'd you go? Huh? Apparently Hannah has to use the little kitty's room. I'm sure she'll come back in a moment. Important kitty business, exactly. So yeah, you have your tags. And you can scroll down details, tells you the children. Again, you can link lore, you can add notes that, it'll tell you how many notes, use this tag, that type of thing. So yeah, oh, hi. All right. Now she's in here meowing. Come here. Hi. Yes. Hello. Where are you going now? Come back here. Here's my kitty Hannah. Shady lady says hi. Where you go now? Come back here. Say that way too much to my pet. There you go, kitty. Yes, hi. Yes. So this is lovely. I like the design. It's easy to use. You can have my... Whoa! Holy cow, kitty. That was a meow. Probably couldn't hear it because I noise gate, but... Wow, that was... I need attention. But I like it. It's easy to use. There's a dice roller. I didn't get an API key. On their roadmap, it is another dice roller, so you may not need this API key in the future. Don't know, but provide feedback is easy. So yeah, they had a lot of interesting stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing how this gets built out in the future. But it's a nice tool. It is a paid thing. There are different tiers. Again, I have access thanks to Tony. Thank you, Tony. And so if you're looking for something to manage your campaigns and let me see the prices, because I don't remember these things off the top of my head often. So we were looking at the multiverse, the $10 per month option. There's a universe, which is $6 per month. You can see all the prices here. And there's a $3 per month, and there is a free tier as well. Love to see it. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with the coming soon stuff. Or with the stuff they have in their coming soon list currently, like a dice roller, encounter management, GM screen, all that stuff sounds like a good idea. So yeah, it's another tool. I took a look. I'm like, you're using Markdown, so you have me. And if I had the monies, this would probably be something I would pay for monthly. That's neat. And then, yeah, using Markdown is just brilliant. I like anything that uses Markdown. But yeah, so I wanted to share other tools. There's also My Vault that you can use, kind of, if you want. Or you can get My Vault, take the things you like out of it, and then copy all that stuff into LoreLink. I mean, Maybe I should have my own template section on Lore Link, and then you could just bring those in. That'd be cool. All right. Like you're making your campaign, and then you go, oh yeah, templates by DC Lasair. Let's put these in. Yay! Team might want to talk to you about that. Awesome. That'd be great. Because I am working on a new one. I figured out another thing to add because I have a campaign one. Currently, I can always make more. I have a campaign one, an adventure one, a campaign, adventure, and session. Then I thought of another one to do. So yeah, I like it. It's pretty cool. It's another. But what I like about it is the same thing. Much of the same things I like about Legend Keeper is that it's easy to use. It's not overwhelming. I go to something like World Anvil and I'm just like, this is great, but holy cow, is it a lot? And I'm like, I need to kind of back away from this. And that uses Markdown is just fantastic. Which we all know I like Obsidian and Markdown and things like that. So yeah. So it's definitely, and I, it's it's something I'm excited to see where it goes as well because it is so easy to use and very friendly. You know, I see a lot of these campaign management tools, and there's usually something I don't like, but this one, it's text, it's elegant, it's easy to get through, you understand what's going on, and you can use Markdown. I'm going to keep pushing the Markdown point because it's my favorite. So, all right. So I've been talking for a bit. That will wrap up this Tech Friday for this week. If you're watching the VOD, I'll see you next week. And but before you go, click there for more Tech Friday and there to subscribe and do the other things. That'd be fantastic. All right, I'll see you next week. If you're here watching live, we're going to take a 5-minute break, so stay tuned. And when we come back, it will be open season to talk about whatever, if we can keep it to the usual topics we talk about, which is technology, RPGs, what else? Giant robots, anime, stationery, any of those things. Or if you have a question for me on producing, or you want to talk about the OBS audio capture plugin again, let me know, and I'll see you all in 5 minutes. All right, welcome on back, everybody. Thanks for sticking around through the break. Let me click through a second, check things. Yeah, and what am I closing? Closing that. Close that. Move this. Moving windows. Yay, windows. And oh, right, was an article I saw. I wanted to find out, where did I put it? So I saw this on a number of places, but I grabbed the Engadget version of this article. Disney partners with TikTok to bring fan-made shorts to Disney Plus, which I'm sure no one will abuse in any way. So remember a while ago when Disney was like, oh yeah, we're letting people use AI tools inside of Disney Plus to make things that we completely own? This just seems like an extension of that idea, except for TikTok. So you too can be part of the Disney Creator Ambassador Program. I'm sure. Oh, a raid! Serious, thank you for the raid. Yay! Welcome on in. What are we talking about? Well, we just mentioned that Disney with Disney Plus is teaming up with TikTok so that you can make fan-made shorts and be part of a Disney Creator Program, which I'm sure will go exceedingly well for them. No one will abuse it in any way. Yeah. and then I mentioned how a while ago they Disney Plus was going to do an AI thing and go, oh yeah, if you subscribe to us through Disney Plus, we'll allow you access to AI tools to make your own content with our stuff, but then we own it all, and plus it's also using the environment destroying AI. And so I think this is just a modification of that idea, because I think that idea probably tanked. I haven't seen anything about it since then. So I think this is just them kind of repositioning them. I could be wrong on that, but yeah, honestly, right? So yeah, that's being optimistic. Yeah, but it is whatever you want to talk about, time. If you can relate it to tech or anime or bad movies or stationery, and I look up stories we may have missed that might be of interest. So yeah, feel free to chime in on stuff. Or if there's a piece, if you have a question for me on producing TTRPGs, whatever. Just saw something earlier that Hank Green had been using AI to write vids. That was just Few Bad Faith folks. Yeah, he talks about some sort of interesting journey with AI. I have not taken the time to read any of it or watch any of the videos yet, about what exactly is going on there. But yeah, he, from what I can tell, he sent out like some sort of apology about it and how some sort of addiction was going on with it or something. I'm not exactly clear. Again, I have to dig into the whole thing and see. I just haven't had time to do that yet. Yeah, yeah. So it looks like did thing and possibly, I don't want to say for sure, but possibly attempting to mend the way of it. So yeah, not just random folks doing lies, but maybe not the whole story. Do do do. Tearing down the farm that you just spent 3 hours fixing. Oh no! in Minecraft. Yeah. Oh no. Fixed it over 5 times in separate parts. Ah, I see. Interesting. Okay. Your true experience with tech. Okay, so I'm still looking at Engadget. Spotify has hit 300 million premium subscribers. If you want to check that out, there's that. Which apparently their largest stream, according to this article, the largest streaming competitor, Apple Music, has around 100 million paid subscribers. Those are big numbers. All right, let me look at. Okay, when I talk about mini mics, sometimes I mention DJI. They have a 2S line out, and it can. This is the first one that they made that can record your audio internally and has 32-bit float internal recording, so you get a nice reliable backup of your audio. Rode has this in a few products already, but there's another option for you. Again, when looking at mics, go to YouTube, type in the name of the mic, and someone has done a audio test on it. Just listen to it, see if you like how it sounds, to figure out if it's the mic for you. All right, let's check out a couple other sites here. do. All right. Need to call a doctor? Yeah, do the thing. Thank you for the lurk. Oh, here's an article on the Hank Green thing. I'll have to read this later. But yeah, he did post he did apologize to fans for his over reliance on AI, and his whole journey with it seems like an interesting tale. So Ars Technica has an article all about that. Hank Green thing really was kicking gut for me. Yeah, I've only watched a few of his videos, so but there's probably the most up to date article on what he went through with it and everything. I don't know about interesting, but yeah. Let's see. What else do we have here? Let's see. All right. Let's look up TTRPG news. Again, it's pretty open season. I just ask you kind of keep it to topics we regularly talk about. And if you have a question for me on production, by all means, feel free to ask. Ian World has an article up of all the winners of the Ennies of 2026. Were there any interesting or new questions you got this year? Oh, let me think. What I really liked was that everybody asked a question. I didn't get the whole here's a long backstory thing. It was just here's the question with a little bit of extra stuff added to it. So I was very happy with that. There was a couple good questions on audio. Are you giving me a backstory now before you answer? And I kind of wish I had known about that audio plugin when I did the that I showed earlier when I did the panel, because that would have been useful to have talked about. Oh well, content for next year. I know. I don't remember any like new questions, but all the questions were interesting. Nothing new, but they were all pretty much to the point, and everyone seemed engaged, which I really liked. That I was there, and I was happy to have people show up at 8 a.m. on a Friday. So yeah, I was talking a little bit with Brian Cortillo about panels and things, and suggestion was floated making it into a workshop and things I could offer people for a workshop, and then make it a paid thing. And so I am thinking about that, and I have a couple ideas of things people can take with them if I do make it into a workshop format. But yeah, there was no question where I was like, this one again, blah blah blah. They were all. Oh, pretty solid. Let's see, what else do we have here? Do we have? I did really like how the Excalibur presentation went. That was a lot of fun. I think that also helped being more engaging than just the PowerPoint I used to have. Let's see. What am I looking for? Oh, here's an article on Bell of Lost Souls, a bit about the new D&D Beyond mobile app coming out that will be used to supplement in-person play. So dice roller, character sheet, stuff like that. So there's an article on that. Oh, here's. I hadn't had time to look into the World of Darkness stuff that was announced during Gen Con. So this article is for as much for me to read later as anything else. But if you want what was talked about at Gen Con, they give more details for their Vampire Masquerade vision. and there is a playtest version 6 floating around the internet they can get, which I still haven't read. You mean Gen Con had gaming stuff other than Dungeon Crawler Carl? Right? Oh, speaking of that, I went with some friends to wonder how Dungeon Crawl Classics felt about being knocked out of the top DCC slot, right? I wonder. I went to one of the Dungeon Crawler Carl events. It was not the main one, but they had a, I kind of want to say, side event. They're running it, where it was, you know, comedians doing a thing with a DM, but it wasn't with the author or anything. It was just another live actual play, and it was in this bar, and it was very crowded. And when I sat down, I was feeling squished. Everyone had a seat, but they were all sort of together, and I had to nope out because it was just too many people for me, like on top of each other. And I was just, yeah, it was just sending me, and I'm like, okay, all right, and I just apologized, said I have to go. Sorry. So I went and met up with some friends, and it was fine after that. But I could not. Yeah, a lot of venues like that here in town, I hate it. Yeah, it wasn't comfortable. It was very crowded. I just, and I left before the show even started. And I'm just like, nope, this is not for me. So I can't tell you about the quality of the show or anything, but yeah. Oh, here's an article on Ian World about Paizo's plans for Pathfinder and Starfinder over the next year. So if you're into those things, and they also talked about their new game 13 Omens. And this is an announcement about contest, but also this article was posted on July 30th. It mentions a early beta set for 2027, some other things for the Plot Weaver RPG, which is the system behind Cosmere RPG, and they want to because they want to take Plot Weaver and make it more of a apply this to different styles of RPG, not just the Cosmere stuff. So here is an article covering that. Speaking of Paizo, nothing like giving the full lore link pitch to Jim Butler without knowing who the frack Jim Butler is. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, he was. So I hope that interaction went well overall, even not knowing who who he was. But yeah. Ian World has the D&D roadmap for the rest of this year and getting into 2027. So if you're interested in seeing that, there you go. Did I? Yeah, there you go. Positive interaction, but he had made some comment about being a CEO towards the end, which made me Google him and realize who he was. I play the games. I don't know much about who makes them, right? Like, and hopefully next, is that going to be next weekend? Yeah. Or not this coming weekend, but the weekend after. I'll have my session 0 for my Dragonbane game. We're going to do a short campaign in Dragonbane because I really want to try Dragonbane. So looking forward to that and what my players come up with to enhance the world. And then maybe maybe I put them through a game of Nimble as well before we get back into Dungeons and Dragons. But yeah, we just did Shadow Dark, and then with Gen Con and other things, we had to kind of take a break, a bit of a longer break, and then I wanted to do Dragonbane, so we're gonna be doing Dragonbane. Why am I dropping frames? That's weird. Oh well, it's just me talking head, so it shouldn't be too bad of an experience. Stop dropping frames, OBS. Bad OBS. Stop it. You have no reason to drop frames right now. Anyway, we'll close that. What time is it? Oh, we still got time to talk. So if you have any other questions, please let me know. Do, do, do. All right, I'm going to check some Discord, see if there's any new announcements of tech things that we keep track of. See, we already talked about Obsidian. I think StreamerBot had a new released not that long ago. Oh, releases. Okay, they had a new release and they already done a couple fixes. So there was a version 1.0.5 and they discovered that they needed to do some fixes. So now there's a version 1.0.6. So if you use StreamerBot and update, there's a 1.0.7 available that that fixes the other things. So if you use StreamerBot, make sure you are up on to 1.0.7. For all the updates. Or you can go manually down, you can auto update or manually download it from their website. Meld had an update. They have something called the blend modes, which allows you to kind of take a graphic and kind of alpha channel two things together. Any other announcements? Let's take a look. No, looks like everything, we talked about everything else. The usual companies. Any stationary finds anyone has found in the last couple weeks? I know JetPen's released a over-engineered for July, and like their favorites for July as well. And planner season will be upon us soon. Some cool pen makers at Gen Con, but just the JetPen email. Awesome. So yeah, when planner season gets into full swing, we'll of course talk about some planners. And I'm going to put one request out into the universe. And that's Traveler's Company. Make more of you have your mini notebooks. Because they did this thing for the 20th anniversary where they made like a small notebook so that they could make more of those and just not brand them for the 20th anniversary. That'd be cool. Traveler's Notebook. Just saying. Saw those. Those are pretty sweet. Yeah. And when did they... Sorry, now I'm looking at field notes. But yeah, Traveler's Notebook, little notebook. Gotten pulled into the Lockbee journal covers because I'm a sucker for wax canvas and A5 notebooks. Yeah, I can't buy a planner because my lawyer keeps screaming about premeditated and generating evidence against yourself and proof of conspiracy or something. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, I have my Lockbee. Now they have a version of this Lockbee with a zipper. But this is my Lockbee that I have on me. Got a handy pen in here. And I use the I have a couple of these Midori notebooks, which are just plain, line notebooks that fit well in here. I don't know if I'll keep with these Midori ones, but they are tiny. They fit easily in here. So pen holder in the front. It's always in a cargo pocket. Yeah. All right. What else we got? Oh yeah, and if you go look at my VODs on Wednesday, I do a whole Gen Con recap. And I thought about it, would have pulled out Gen Con and used it a lot then, yeah. Uh, do, 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 do. Just seeing if there's anything on Blue Sky to talk about while I'm thinking about stationery. All right. All right, I think we'll wrap up there. Let me look for somebody to raid. Thank you all again for being here. Another great Tech Friday. Again, thank you, Tony, for the code to Lore Link so we could show that off. Thank you to Springley for the headphone article. The dev team appreciates any and all feedback. Yay! I am going to be watching bad movies. Thanks for the stream. I'm glad you had a great Gen Con. Yeah, thanks for being here. I'll be back on Monday with a video game of some kind. What that is, I don't know. We'll be playing something. Let's go Raid Fawn again. They are playing Pacopia. So yeah, let's do that. And yeah, so thanks all for being here. Please be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. I will see you all on Monday. Have a great weekend. Go check out Urban Bohemian stream tomorrow. And oh, thanks, Rex. I appreciate that. So I will see you all on Monday. See you in chat. I'll be around mostly watching riff tracks and other bad movies. So see you all then. Have a great weekend. And stay tuned for the raid. Bye.